my channel. So if you guys are new here, my name's Jade. Hi, welcome. At the moment I'm doing weekly pregnancy updates throughout my whole pregnancy. Today I'm doing my 28-week pregnancy update, and what a shit storm this week has been. Honestly, I feel like I've had the rug pulled out from under my feet and I've just face planted cement, basically. So before we get into like the story, I'll tell you guys just my general symptoms and how I've been going on. So I finished my course of antibiotics, and I realized that while I was taking antibiotics, I was also taking a probiotic because I didn't want to get like thrush or anything. And that probiotic has actually erased my constipation. So probiotic for the win. I'm going to be buying some and just add that into my daily, because wow. I definitely feel like things are swelling, like things are starting to get puffy and bigger. Like I've noticed swelling around my eyes, around my eyelids, like these little veins that are popping up, and I feel like they're swelling. I feel puffy and just sore, and like I'm 80 years old when I wake up in the morning. It's like kind of like, oh my God. I have found an excellent massage lady who lives locally, so I've been going to her like fortnightly, and it's actually made a massive, massive difference. I've also been feeling really crampy and also kind of uncomfortable and just like, oh, just, that kind of weird, uncomfortable pain in my stomach, but then in my throat and kind of my chest and my back, been feeling really gurgly, like gurgly in my throat, and like tight constricting pain in between my shoulders, like definitely kind of heartburn, indigestion type stuff. Even when going to bed and laying down of a night, I feel like the heat starting to rise up in my throat. So I did get indigestion with Hazel, but not till like later on, and it's definitely kind of hitting me sooner. I also vomited that week and felt a bit nauseous as well. So that was like, I do not want the nausea to return. Please, God, no. But yeah, definitely. That is pretty much it for like those standard kind of symptoms or new symptoms or whatever. Now to get into the story. So as you guys know, I've been seeing an OB in a private kind of clinic down south, and seen this particular OB from day dot. I've only actually met my OB, I think once or twice, and it's been midwives I've been dealing with every other time, which has been completely fine. So planning to have, the baby through the hospital that they deliver at, and, all sweet. And as you guys know, like I've got my placenta that I'm yet to get results on. I'm yet to get my diabetes results. But not once did anyone tell me that, hey, if your diabetes comes back positive or if your placenta doesn't move, we can't actually have you as a patient anymore. No one told me that. I found that out by going to my hospital check-in appointment at the hospital. One of the midwives there, she did my weight, did my BMI, recorded that I'm obese, which apparently makes me high risk, apparently. And she was kind of really grilling me for my diabetes results. I'm like, I haven't got them back yet, I'm sorry. And then she let out, we only take low risk pregnancies here, right? And I was like, no. She's like, yeah, well, we only take low risk pregnancies. So do you have your diabetes results back yet? And I was like, no, I don't. So apparently the hospital that I was planning on going to, none of the midwives I'd seen before, my OB, no one there had mentioned we only take low risk pregnancies. And the reason being is they don't have the capabilities of looking after you if you're high risk, which is completely fair enough. I just felt like, why did no one mention this to me earlier? Because I feel at the moment there's so many balls in the air. I'm still yet to get these results back. I don't know if I'm high risk or not. Apparently having my BMI makes me high risk. I just really felt like the rug was pulled out from under my feet. And this was a private clinic. Every single antenatal appointment cost me $90. This week coming, I had an appointment that's $600. And so what I did was I called my doctor's office and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, I've just found out you guys don't take high risk patients and I possibly could be high risk. I don't know. And she's like, but you're a private patient. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a private patient. But I was like, but the hospital doesn't have the capabilities. So how can it all of a sudden have the capabilities if I'm a private patient? And she's like, what we need to do is come in and see your doctor, come into your next appointment, sit down and we'll talk to her and we'll get it sorted. And I was like, well, my next appointment is going to cost me $600. I don't want to go in, pay $600 only for you guys to tell me you can't look after me. So I was just feeling angry, almost livid and stressed because I'm in my last trimester. This finding a new doctor and a new hospital is not what I wanted to do. And maybe this is completely normal for some of you guys hearing this, but for me, like giving birth in Kalgoorlie, there is one hospital. That is where you go. You don't have a choice because there's no other hospitals. They accept everyone, whether you've got diabetes, whether your BMI is high, whether you have emergency C-section, like they accept everybody. So I was very shocked that here it's very nitpicky, very choosy who is allowed to give birth where. And for so many people, it's out of your control in a way, most of these things. I was talking about it on my Instagram as well, and I did say, you know, this is a particular hospital, not wanting to name and shame or anything like that, but I had people message me saying they were in labour and they arrived, presented to the hospital, they weighed them, and there was this one lady who, because she was 1 kilo over, they said, sorry, you can't come here. She had to drive herself in labour half an hour to the next hospital. And there was another lady who gave birth going 110 kilometers an hour being transferred to another hospital because shit hit the fan and they couldn't look after her. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why aren't all hospitals able to take high risk? I mean, I understand, but like, so I was like, I'd much rather go to a hospital, be it public, be it private, whatever, and know that if shit hits the fan, me and baby are going to be okay. I don't want to like be transferred in an ambulance to try and get the care that we need. So I was like, just, yeah, very, very stressed. I still haven't even called my original doctor to be like, fuck you, I'm leaving. So yeah, I was just livid. So I wasn't sure what to do. I was trying to research hospitals, put thing on like a local mum's page, like suggestions, because I don't know the area. I've lived here for a year, yeah, but Perth is massive. It's really spread out. I'm trying to find a new OB. I didn't even know how to start. So I was talking to my sister-in-law about it and she recommended a place close by, a lot closer than the previous hospital. I called them and explained what was going on and they said, our OB's in tomorrow. We've got you an appointment at 8:30 in the morning. I was like, awesome. And they're bulk billing, like it's public, so no out-of-pocket expenses, which is excellent. So I went and saw him and he was awesome. He was old, lots of years of experience, but very chilled, very laid back, and just, yeah, and I got a really good feeling. And I was telling him like what was happening and he was just like, what? And you know, when I arrived for my appointment, they took me through to the nurse's office. They said, here, can you give us a urine sample? That was the first urine sample I've done my whole pregnancy. I remember in Kalgoorlie, you had them every appointment from like 20 weeks on, and I'm 28 weeks, and that was my first sample. The nurse did my blood pressure, gave me the whooping cough vaccine after I spoke to the doctor because I was due for it. The care was just so much better, and I've been paying $90 for every appointment and not even getting my pee tested. He had a look, gave me a measure. I'm measuring 2 centimeters or 2 weeks ahead, so I'm measuring 30 weeks, even though I'm 28. and didn't see, you know, he's like, we'll stay away from the genitals. Baby's head is down, so it looks all sweet. And he did have a little look at my placenta when he was there, and he's like, okay, I can see it's, you know, at the side and it's kind of wrapping down, and he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's still going down pretty low. So yeah, I've got a referral to have an internal when I'm 32 weeks to see exactly where it is, where it's sitting. But from what he said, it's still looking like it's kind of touching my cervix. So it's very, very low, which is, yeah. But like I said to him, it's out of my hands. If I have to have a cesarean, I do. It's not like I can change where my placenta is. So yeah, they were excellent. And then the midwife came and saw me, did all the hospital booking things, and she said, I'll take care of it all. I'll get you all booked in and sorted. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, even with the last hospital, I had to go online and do the booking, then go in and do this interview, and she's like, no, I've got it sorted. So it's like, oh my God, thank you. I've also been having cramps overnight in my calf. Hello, Satan, we meet again. I had them with Hazel and oh my God, they're awful. Sorry, just had to throw that in there before I forgot. That was definitely a very stressful week. I'm still yet to, yeah, call my old OB and tell them goodbye. Just because I feel like a lot of things should have been told to me a lot sooner. They knew my placenta was low, which they knew at 19 weeks. They should have told me there's a chance you might not be able to give birth here. So yeah, just very frustrated. But I definitely have good feelings about where things are now and feel like, yeah, it's, you know, this is right. So, which is really, really good. I think that is pretty much it for the week. Thank God. I don't think I could have handled much else this week. But yeah, who would have thought? New hospital, new doctor at 28 weeks. Oh, also he did say if I do need a cesarean, I will go in at 39 weeks for that. And yeah, my thoughts are I just want to do what's safest for baby. Ideally, I don't want a cesarean. If I can avoid it, awesome. I'm worried that your bonding might be affected or my milk supply might be affected. Like I've heard, who knows, that your body doesn't realize it's actually giving birth, so it can stuff with your hormones and your milk and everything like that. But in saying that, I heard all these horror stories about epidurals, and I got an epidural with Hazel and it was incredible. So I'm trying not to be too negative on that side of things. I'm now 29 weeks, so bring it on, last week of the 20s. Baby's definitely getting very, very big. Feeling heaps and heaps of kicks. I feel kicks like at the top of my stomach and then at the bottom part of my stomach at the same time. So it's like, oh my gosh. So I will show you baby. Oh. Okay. So this is belly on my tippy toes. Yeah, this is how it's looking. Feeling good. Let me have a feel. Yeah, last time when I was at the doctor's, he said head is like, yeah, down here, back, spine, along here, and kind of feet, obviously up here, I think, I don't know, or down here, who knows. So yeah, thank you Rainbows for watching. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.